Good morning. My name is Rowan Tinker, and I am from the Eastside FFA chapter, and this is my speech, Solving Cancer, Berry Power. December 29th, 2019 will forever go down as one of the worst days of my life. While my friends were all celebrating winter break, I spent the day mourning the loss of my grandmother. She had bravely battled lung cancer for years, but she sadly lost her fight. Unfortunately, everyone in this room can think of a family member or friend who has battled a cancer diagnosis. The statistics show that an estimated 1.8 million people in the United States will be diagnosed with cancer in 2020, and over 600,000 will die, according to the American Cancer Society. These estimations accurately sum up the atrocities of cancer and how it has become the second leading cause of death in the U.S. We all know that there are many different treatments to combat this disease, but our job is not finished until we can put cancer completely behind us. Fortunately, a potential preventative and cure has been directly in front of our eyes for decades. It is hidden in the color pigment of berries and other plants. These pigments, called anthocyanins, hold the key ingredient for preventing, treating, and killing cancer once and for all. Anthocyanins are one of the many flavonoids found in plants, which are compounds that display antioxidant effects. They can change their pigment color, usually red, blue, or purple, depending on their pH and temperature. There are 6 main anthocyanins, and each one has a complicated name, like delphinidin or pelargonidin. However, while it may be complicated to understand even the pronunciation of these names, their benefit has a simple explanation. Anthocyanins are one of the most versatile pigments and can be used to treat dozens of diseases, fight invasive microbes, and even been statistically proven to improve mental and visual health. Nevertheless, there's one area of study where they really excel. These natural pigments are a cancer super threat. Cancer itself is a disease that starts at the cellular level and involves the uncontrollable reproduction of cells. It occurs when a healthy cell has a mutation in its genetic code. Usually, normal cells die when they become old or damaged, and new cells are formed to replace them. However, cancer cells continuously replicate even when they become overpopulated, until masses of tissues called tumors are formed. The infected organism has no control over the mass duplication of cells and cannot terminate them. Since every case of cancer is different from the last, it is very hard to control this invasive disease. Fortunately, this is where anthocyanins save the day. Obviously, the best way to save lives is to prevent the disease before it occurs. One of the main causes of genetic mutation is from the buildup of reactive oxygen species, or ROS. These species, released by the body to maintain the cardiovascular and immune systems, can build up over time. Even a small buildup of oxygen or peroxide, both examples of ROS, can lead to DNA damage and is linked to cancer formation. Nonetheless, anthocyanins can halt the chain reaction of ROS buildup. They have even been proven to release helpful antioxidants to prevent against any further cell damage, making consuming your fruits potentially life-saving. However, anthocyanins cannot prevent every case of this fearful disease. Fortunately, these pigments have shown success in stopping cancerous cell proliferation. While the sick organism may not be able to treat the damaged cells, these compounds are fully capable. They can use cell regulator proteins found in the body to treat diseased cells. Moreover, studies have shown that anthocyanins selectively inhibit the growth of cancerous cells with relatively little or no effect on the growth of normal cells, according to Ohio State University College of Medicine. Thus, healthy body cells are protected by these pigments while they treat damaged cells. This method of treatment has been successful in laboratory studies for breast, colon, prostate, and many other cancer types, and is still being tested throughout the country. Despite all this progress with natural anthocyanin treatment, the power of these pigments does not stop there. They can cause what is known as apoptosis, which is programmed cell death. Known as cellular suicide, It occurs when the organism sends out a signal to terminate a cell or group of cells. Without this pigment, the organism is unable to cause apoptosis. Fortunately, anthocyanins are able to induce cellular suicide in precancerous and cancerous cells. Therefore, the coloring of a tiny strawberry or blueberry can potentially save your life. Now, while anthocyanins may seem like the perfect solution to all of our problems, they do have two drawbacks. First, the technology used to extract the pigments, usually high-power chromatography, is relatively new. Therefore, studies on this natural cure have been limited. Mainly, they have been in vitro, meaning that they occurred inside of a test tube instead of in an actual organism. Additionally, studies on these pigments have been limited, and side effects of this is not known due to the limited studies. However, the only way we can solve this problem is to keep researching, and new research occurs every day. So far, there's just not enough research done to justify actual use in organisms. However, the only way we can solve this problem is to keep studying and asking questions. For myself, I want to be involved in this technology that will revolutionize modern medicine. Therefore, I have started my own research project on extracting strawberry anthocyanins for the treatment of a specific cell cancer, breast cancer cell line. Currently, I'm working with Trine University to test my hypothesis, and I'm very excited to present this project at State FFA Convention this June. After I finish and present my project, I will not be left out in the dark. I will be one of the trailblazers that fights to make sure that, one day, no person will ever lose another battle to cancer again. I never want myself or anyone else to mourn the loss of another family member or friend from this terrible disease. Since anthocyanins have the ability to prevent, treat, and kill cancer, the future's only looking brighter for these pigments. Someday, with dedicated work, we will establish cancer as a tragedy only of the past. Thank you so much.